Good day, ladies and gentlemen. What a fine day it is. I'm up here in the Absaroka Mountains, and what am I doing? I'm doing what they call preseason scouting for hunting. Besides that, I'm breaking in a brand new rifle. This is a 308 Ruger gun sight scout, and I do have a YouTube video on it. But one thing about that video is I never did a shot where you could get a look at the whole big picture here. Now, I've worked out at the range a lot with this rifle, but you know, shooting at a range and shooting out here in this old black timber of Montana is two different ball games, because I've got one of these lighted scopes that's got a hogplex. It's a Leopold. It's a 1.25x by 4x, and it's got a fire dot. And I thought I'd get up here in this old black timber today while I was scouting around, check this scope out, see how well the fire dot looks, and it looks just fine, trust me. But my point being is in the state of Montana, we got really good hunting here, but we also got one great big problem on our hands, and it's called private property. Why? Because every bonehead under the sun, and I'm putting that very lightly, and I'm going to skip a lot of descriptors for these kind of people, but there's been a lot of people that has come up to Montana. They bought up a lot of land in Paradise Valley. I do live in Livingston, and guess what? For the most part, they're yuppies and they're anti-hunters. So you cannot hunt on private property in the state of Montana. So what does that do? That forces guys like me, that's a hunter. I have to come way up into areas like this. I have to hunt on state land, BLM land, Forest Service land, and stuff like that, because you can get in more trouble trespassing on private property in the state of Montana than you can, you know, say poaching deer and elk and whatnot have you. Now, this specific area that I'm at right now, I'm at an elevation of about 6,500 feet. I am actually scouting and not just making a YouTube video. I've been checking this area out for a couple of years now, and no, I'm not going to say where I'm at. And I happen to know firsthand that on the fringes of this timber, there's a lot of whitetail, there is a lot of mule deer bucks up here, and there is definitely elk in here. And this is a key, ladies and gentlemen. Montana is a big state. I have no idea where you live, that's your business. But in the state of Montana, I'll guarantee you that you need to get out and do some preseason scouting. Lately, all I've been doing is fly fishing, and I figured I'd better go do a little hiking and preseason scouting and stuff like that. This is simply to unthaw my frozen popsicle legs. Did you hear me? Unthaw my frozen popsicle legs, my icicle legs. That's supposed to be a joke. No, but it's good to get out here and hump around in the bushes. I am in some very thick brush, downfall type country, and that's exactly why I have this 308 right here. I set this up strictly as a brush rifle. It's got a 16.5-inch barrel. I've spent quite a bit of time out at the Park County Rod and Gun Club. There's that word, gun. When I was in the military, there was no such a thing as a gun. It was either an M16 or an M60 or whatever have you. But I've spent a lot of range time, but that don't mean nothing. Prior to hunting, the point to this video is prior to hunting, I don't care what state you live in, I don't care if you're in Alaska, Wisconsin, Florida, you need to get out in the bushes, you need to try to figure out where these animals are, and where they're migrating into, because I'm primarily a mule deer hunter and an elk hunter, and those two animals are migratory animals, because if you're hunting in an area, especially up here in Montana, and you don't really know what you're doing or where you're going or whatever have you, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen here. You're going to eat a lot of country and all that. You're going to wear out a good set of boots and a pair of lungs and everything, and I'm going to tell you what you're going to end up with. Jack and nothing. Jack and nothing. You need to know where the big game animals are and where they're feeding and where they're watering, especially when it comes to elk and that kind of stuff, because it increases your chances by at least 50 to 75%. That was the main point to this video, instead of ranting and raving about private property in Paradise Valley, Montana. But that is the problem, because we've got great big herds of animals running across US 89 all the time, jumping out in front of cars and smashing up cars and dying of freezing. That's called depredation, by the way, and all that stuff. Yet these idiot sticks won't let us hunt them. Now you tell me. A lot of people call us hunters, Bambi hunters, Bambi shooters and stuff like that. What would you rather see, a skilled hunter that puts down an animal real quick, one shot, one kill kind of thing, because that's what I believe in, or an animal freezing to death or starving to death? It's called depredation, and it happens up here all the time, along with the automobile wrecks and everything else that these animals cause. So, the point of this video, like I say again, is important no matter where you live, to get out in the bushes, check things out, find your game trails, set up your deer stands or wherever have you. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. I just hunt these trails, and I got my own way of hunting or whatever have you. But that's exactly what I'm doing today, and also wanted to give you a better look at this short little 308. And I am packing it around, ladies and gentlemen, to get used to the weight, because when I fix this thing up, like I say, I've got another YouTube video on this rifle. This rifle ended up a little heavier than what I wanted, because that's one thing about a hunting rifle. You do not want a rifle that's real heavy. It's just that doggone simple. The lighter you can keep the rifle, the better off you are. But however, on some of these bigger calibers, you'll get your shoulder kicked off. This right here has got a real nice recoil pad. It's set up real nice, okay? Okay, let me wander up to where that camera is and shut this video off. And I wish you folks a good day, and thank you very much for the review. Now, if I can just make it up here without, I'm gonna a bunch of downfall. This downfall will kill you, let me tell you. That's a fact.